You're listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.
It's Wednesday, May 20th. I'd like to share some thoughts about Securities Daily. 4 stories from Seoul Securities pages today, and they all point to one thing. Korean institutional capital is being repositioned deliberately under new rules and new geopolitical realities. First, Kiwoom Securities. The firm resolved last Thursday to invest 200 billion won, about $145 million US, into a new venture mother fund. The fund pursues both primary and secondary investments. Why does that matter? Because Korean venture exits have been over-concentrated on KOSDAQ IPOs for years, and when listings slow, the entire asset class freezes. The Financial Services Commission is pushing brokerages to ease that bottleneck. Add the Korea Development Bank's 120 billion won commitment last month, and you have a meaningful structural fix in motion. Second, Treasury share cancellations are now outpacing disposals at the Korea Exchange. Since the third revision of the Commercial Act passed in February, there have been 154 cancellation disclosures against 111 disposals. That reverses last year's pattern. Samsung Electronics alone has announced 14.9 trillion won in cancellations year-to-date, about $10.8 billion. SK Hynix, 12.2 trillion won. Under the new law, all Treasury shares, including legacy holdings, must be canceled or disposed within 18 months. The so-called Treasury share magic, using Treasury shares to expand controlling family voting power, is being closed structurally. Third, the National Pension Service. Its 13F filing with the USSEC shows U.S. equity holdings of $131.7 billion at the end of Q1, down more than 5 trillion won from year-end. NVIDIA, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, all reduced. Meanwhile, NPS opened new positions in ExxonMobil, Chevron, and Johnson & Johnson. The article attributes this to the Strait of Hormuz blockade and concerns about U.S. private credit. It is a textbook geopolitical risk repositioning by one of Asia's largest institutional pools. And fourth, the NPS is convening 8 asset managers on June 2nd, including IGIS, Samsung SRA, and Capstone, to plan a meaningful push into private rental housing. Korean rental markets are dominated by JONTS, the lump sum deposit system, but institutional rental capital has been small. Tax treatment is the binding constraint, and asset managers want relief. Watch June 2nd for the NPS rental housing briefing, the first concrete signal of direction, and watch the second half of this year for a wave of Treasury share cancellation disclosures as the 18-month deadline approaches. That's today's AI Prism Securities Daily. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI Prism is a WANIFRA award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.